Real quick before this video starts, I'd like to take a second to thank our sponsor, Ben's Wallet. Ben's Wallet is a really awesome way for me to buy car parts and hurt my bank account at the same exact time. And also I'd like to say, if you're not subscribed to me yet, definitely go and hit that subscribe, wait no, this side. Definitely go and hit that subscribe button and turn the bell notifications on. Enough for the interruption, video time. Now we can do it. I'm really sorry about that took forever. So, happy quarantine, everybody. What better way to quarantine than to spend a ton of time frustrating myself with my car? What are these little metal circles in front of me? These are JBR's shifter bushings. I went ahead and got every single type of bushing that can go on my car. Here we have the shifter base bushings. So these are going to replace the 4 bushings that are rubber in the base of your shifter. So like on the inside of the car, you've got these 4 rubber bushings around the bolt that fastens the entire shifter assembly to the floor of your car. And these just replace those. What we've got here is the shifter cable bracket bushings. So these are going to replace the rubber bushings that are actually holding down the bracket that holds the cables in place under the hood. What we've got here, these really beautiful circle pieces of metal. These are JBR's solid shifter bushings, and honestly, if you're looking to upgrade the feel of your shifts in your Focus ST, I would definitely recommend going with JBR's bushings, because in my opinion, they look the best and they are the most different and most separated from the rest of the competition. Also, if you're looking for any other Focus ST parts, or even Mazda Speed 3 parts, any of the Mazda Speed guys out there, they have intakes, they have sway bars, they have suspension stuff, they got catch cans, they have the whole 9 yards. So if you're looking for any performance modifications, I would definitely go check out JBR. Now I'm going to go through all the frustration for you guys so that you guys don't have to if you're trying to install any of these bushings of any sort on your Focus ST. Let's go. Alright, so basically what you're going to want to do is take this bushing off. To do that, you might need a little bit of force. You use a screwdriver. It should just pop right off. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove this whole middle section here. And to do that, you are going to have to use a screwdriver and kind of pry at it, because you're going to be taking it off completely and you're not going to reuse it again, so it doesn't matter if it breaks. You need a sharper screwdriver. Yeah, I think that did it. This should pop out now. Yep, there we go. This is what you want right here, because we are going to be taking out the little green ball that sits inside of here. All right, so I've got both the bushings out. By the way, you need to do the reverse one too, and it's the same exact way as how we did this one. What made the job easier was a set of these. Also, if you can find a smaller pair, it makes it like easier to kind of gouge underneath the bushing. So what you're gonna do is remove these little rubber bushings here all the way. Okay, you're gonna do it for both of them. And now these little rubber pieces are what give you that squishy feel from the factory. Goodbye to those. Now what you're gonna want to get out of these, see that little green thing in there? You're gonna want to chew away at the plastic of these with these pliers. Here, I'll give you an example. You're just going to want to... There we go. That is what you're trying to get out of here. Now you're going to want to take your bushing, unscrew it. Now this side with the threads on it, you're going to take your little green thing, you're gonna take this and you're gonna put it in opening facing this way. So it's going to look like this. It's gonna look like that. So now without dropping this, you're gonna unscrew this and you're gonna take it and put it inside of here, and you're gonna take the other side and you're just gonna screw it on. And make sure she's tight. And you're just gonna pop it right on there, and that's one of them done. It'll probably be a little bit better example for this one, but you're going to do the exact same thing for this. Take your shifter bushing and pop it right on there, and boom. you now have completely solid shifter bushings. So as you can see, my engine bay looks a little different right now. If you bought the shifter cable bracket bushings, you are gonna have to do this. All you gotta do is remove your battery and then undo 3 bolts and remove the battery box. You have to undo the rear cover, you have to undo the top cover, and when you undo those, you have to undo the front cover. You slide it up and push 2 tabs in on either side and then take it out. I just put mine like that. Undo the battery connections and squeak the battery out of the box, and then it's 3 bolts and that's it. So now we are going to begin attacking the shifter bushing mount. Okay, so now what you want to do is grab like a screwdriver or something, slide it right in here up against this like serrated, or there's a word for this, I can't think of it, this part right here of the cable, and push backwards and then pull it up and off like that. Slide those up out of the way. It's gonna be 3 bolts you're gonna have to take out. One is right here, very obvious. The other one is right next to it, also very obvious. And the third one, a little less obvious, is right back here, right where my pointer finger is. You're gonna take that one off as well. So now I hope we just lift this up, take it out, and this is your bracket here. So you're gonna be replacing this here, and this with the solid ones. Also, the thinner bushing, this part here, goes against the transmission. So when you're putting this back in your car, make sure that the bushing that's thinner, as you can see here, there's one thicker one and one thinner one that make up one thing here. Make sure that the thinner one is the side that is going against the transmission. And now we can start putting all of this stuff back in place. Everything is back in place, and I'm going to install this. Wow, that's heavy. So this is a weight that you can put on top of this shifter bushing right here. Come under here, put that on top, and just thread it down. And tighten her up. So now that should make the throws of the shifts feel a little bit more pronounced when you go into gear. Alright, so it's day 2 of this now. I got way too late last night, so I had to go home. Back at it, we're going to be doing the shifter base bushings right now, and Mark will be in here in a second putting his Elantra right here. So we're about to share a little garage space. So if you see a blurred rectangle walking around, it's not Mark. So real quick, what I've done here is just taken off, wow, my face is closed, the center console thing here. There's a lot of clips, and it's going to be painful, as is removing any plastic clip in a car. And what I did was I reached behind here and unplugged the 2 clips and wires that go to your air conditioning and climate control temperature gauges. Then I disconnected the power, the 12-volt thing, from the cigarette lighter and the heated steering wheel and traction control. I'm actually just gonna pry this up. This looks painful and it sounds painful, but it's plastic, and Ford plastic at that, so I'm going to just hold this up, and there's actually 4 bolts that you have to take out right there, and I'm just gonna try and lift the shifter out that way. Now this is what you're gonna be dealing with right here. You're gonna be taking out these rubber bushings here and replacing them with these solid bushings. Alright, so that's back in place. Now I'm going to start reassembling the dashboard. Wow, okay, so that only took like a long ass time. She's all set now, and we got a full garage in here. Look at Mark's car, my car, the N. Yeah. Alright, so I bet you were wondering now, what does it feel like to drive? I cannot make you feel what it's like, but I can describe it. So I've already been driving with these bushings for a day, like just the shifter cable end bushings and the bracket bushings, and let me tell you, they make a huge difference and they're an absolute must. The shifts are way crisper. They just kind of thunk into gear, and that definitely helped with me changing my throws a little bit, reducing them to 30%, but damn, you can feel it. It's nice. In terms of how difficult the base bushings were, I honestly, for the difference in feel that I'm feeling right now, I don't really know if the base bushings are worth it, to be honest. You only get minor feel from them, and you only feel it when you actually slam it into gear, because it's just way more solid. It doesn't really move around much, but if you're just looking for like a day in the garage kind of job that you can get done and feel some significant difference, I would definitely just stick with the cable end bushings and maybe the bracket bushings too. But cable end bushings are a no-brainer. If you see my phone sticking up here, it's because I care about you guys and I want you guys to have better audio, so I'm using my phone to record audio. Yeah, the feel when shifting is just so much cleaner. Yeah, that's way, way better. Yeah, it's definitely easier to downshift too. JBR, nice job. I love the bushings. And the reason why I chose JBR, I think I mentioned this before, but the reason why I chose JBR over like Cobb or, I don't know, any other shifter bushing brand was because I kind of like when the smaller companies make something that's of a larger company's quality and or better. Just such a confident feeling when it goes straight into gear with no issues. Oh yeah. No, that feels good. Yeah, no. 100% worth the money. So like I said before, cable end bushings, 100% do it. Bracket bushings, yeah, I'd say they're okay too, but the actual shifter bracket bushings that are down here in the shifter, it's another day's work, honestly. I had all the tools that I needed to, and it still took me like 2.5 hours because of how awkward it is, and I didn't want to pull up all my paneling on the side because I didn't want to like screw up any of the clips or break anything. I would, if you want to just keep it simple and you want good feel and you want it to feel like you did something different to your car, definitely just stick with the cable end bushings and maybe the bracket bushings that are in there. That's going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the install, or at least enjoyed the video. If you feel like it, drop a like, you know, leave a sub, all that YouTube crap. I'll see you in the next video.